Rations that could feed 3.5 million people for a month are mouldering in warehouses around the world and risk going off because of US aid cuts, according to 5 people familiar with the situation. That's enough to feed the whole population of Gaza for a month and a half, judging by figures from the UN's World Food Programme, or more than 1 million people for 3 months. The rations are in 4 USAID warehouses in Djibouti, South Africa, Dubai and Houston. Stocks due to expire as soon as July are likely to be incinerated or used as animal feed. Navin Salem is CEO of Adisia, a US-based company that makes a peanut paste called plum peanut, which is used in food rations. She says the termination of transportation contracts by USAID has created a huge backlog and forced the firm to hire an additional warehouse to store its own production.
Not running at all is 415 children per hour that will not get the life-saving food that we could make. And right now, as you're running basically half capacity, that equates to 200 children every hour that will not get this life-saving food that has been paid for by the United States taxpayers.
The dismantling of USAID and cuts to humanitarian aid spending by President Donald Trump come as global hunger levels are rising due to conflict and climate change, undoing decades of progress. Nearly 2 million people are gripped by catastrophic hunger and on the brink of famine, the WFP says, mostly in Gaza and Sudan, with pockets in South Sudan, Haiti and Mali. In Bauchi, Nigeria, children are already suffering because of the disrupted aid supplies. The ripple effects have devastated the region's distribution networks. Kabiru Musa runs a primary healthcare centre that until recently received USAID rations of high-energy foods used to help young patients recover.
But now, we don't have it. We pray maybe someone or any partners to come and support us, because still now we have a lot of that cases of malnutrition.
A spokesperson for the State Department, which oversees USAID, said it was working to ensure the uninterrupted continuation of aid programs and the food stocks transfer by July. The administration has issued waivers for some humanitarian programs, including in Gaza and Sudan. But the cancellation of contracts and the freezing of funds needed to pay suppliers, shippers and contractors has stranded the food stocks, the sources said. A proposal to hand them to aid organisations that can distribute them is on hold, according to the US source and 2 former USAID sources briefed on the proposal. They said the plan awaits approval from the State Department.